man. Swath, how we doing, man?
Uh, I woke up this morning, so that's pretty cool. But how about yourself?
Nah, we good, bro. Nice to
Yeah.
have you on here. For the people who are unfamiliar with you, man, tell them who you are.
So my name is Seth Rios. I go by Swath. I just make music. I make beats, and I just love hip hop. That's it.
Hell yeah, that's why you're here. But tell the people like where you from, man.
I'm from Fairfield, California. It's like Bay Area, like right on the edge of the Bay Area.
All right, we got
So
NorCal.
yeah, NorCal. You from Bakersfield, right?
Yeah, I'm more like
Yeah.
guess what,
So
South, Central
Southern.
South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not too far from what you're familiar with, but yeah, it's cool out here. I mean, the type of hip hop that's being made out here is very distinct. Probably not the type that I do, but so I wouldn't really like just being from the Bay. I wouldn't like I feel like that kind of throws an expectation on how your music would sound.
Right.
But I mean, I'm not super into the regional stuff like that. So
And
which
did you grow up in the Bay?
not in the Bay really. I'm like right on the edge of it. So like it's weird. So you got like Richmond, and then as you're coming up like east and north a little bit, like you go up, you got Vallejo, then you got Fairfield. That's where I'm staying right now. And then one city over, that's Vacaville. That's where I grew up.
Oh, okay. How was it like growing
Yeah.
up over there?
Vacaville is cool because like I feel like Fairfield and Vacaville, it's like a Earth and Venus sort of situation where it's like they're the same size, got the same population, except like Fairfield's just like the shitty. It's like ghetto Vacaville, pretty much.
Oh, okay. I see that.
Yeah.
Like how was it growing up though? Like did you have like a good childhood,
Mhm.
bad childhood?
Kind of a mixed bag, kind of pretty shitty up until I was like 5 or 6, just because my mom was just going through a custody battle with my biological father, who was yeah, he had issues. He was doing all types of drugs and was an alcoholic, and then like so it was definitely tough, but I was blessed enough to get out of that situation when my mom got the full custody when I was like 5 or 6. And then I was blessed to grow up with a good stepfather that like taught me like how to ride a bike and shit.
Okay. So are you like one of those people who like you have like really good memory, like you can remember stuff like really early on in
Yeah,
your life?
yeah, no, for sure. Because my very first memory, bro, is when I was at my brother. Because my brother, he had kind of a daddy situation like mine, except
Yeah.
he kind of stayed in touch with him, my older brother.
Mm.
And so there's one time I was like 2 years. I had to have been 2 years old, like almost three maybe, but that's still early as fuck, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, so I'm not trying to cuss. Not trying to cuss
No,
on
no,
here,
you're
man.
good. Even if you do, if it comes out, it comes out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, for
No,
sure.
that's crazy. That's crazy because a lot of people don't like. For me,
Yeah,
for example, bro, I could probably give you like a memory from when I was 5. I don't even remember when I
yeah.
was alive. So
Yeah, yeah, but real quick, I remember my brother was spending the night there while my parents like went like out of town for a couple nights or something,
yeah,
and then so I was over there, and she had like this big mask collection that she had up like on the top of the wall like upstairs.
right.
Dude, those scared the shit out of me, bro. I was like,
They
man,
were mask.
there was like masks. Like she had a mask collection just hanging on the wall,
Yeah,
and
that's
they were just
creepy.
they were spooky.
Yeah,
And I
that's
remember
creepy.
I didn't never went back there until I was 6 years old, and this is the only reason why I really remember it, probably because I was 6 years old and I refused to go upstairs because I knew the masks were up there. Like I remembered from last time, I was like, nah. I was like, my mom said I can't go upstairs. It's like,
Nah, that's funny. So you had like a disconnect from your parents. You were raised by your mother, I'm assuming, right? So,
yeah, yeah,
okay.
mostly.
So did you ever like reconnect with your father as you got older?
Yeah, there are a few points actually because I mean, I'm sure you know the incident. Not something I'm gonna say on camera, but like something went down kind of early on, and then kind of I never heard from him again till like because he was in prison. He was in out of prison, and it was weird. It was like he would be on drugs, then he would
Right.
go to prison and get sober. They like force him to get sober. So
Right.
then when he got out, it'd be like he would feel bad for everything. He would try to reach out. So like he would
Mm.
call me. He called me on Father's Day when I was 8, and then like another like maybe when I was 10. But I haven't heard from him since I was 14.
Dang,
He
that's
re-
crazy.
Yeah, he requested me on Facebook like not that long ago. I'm like,
Just a little awkward. Yeah, I know how that is, man. I'm not that close to
yeah,
my
man.
father either.
Yeah, it's
Um,
part of the game.
so you start getting older. Around what age would you say like you started connecting more with hip hop?
Hip hop, I would say probably like 8 or 9,
Oh wow,
maybe
really
maybe
young.
slightly. Yeah, really young. I mean, not like I mean, I didn't have internet access or anything, so I couldn't seek out anything.
Right.
But one of my earliest memories is as far as hip hop. What inspired me to do hip hop actually is my mom had an old tape of her rapping from when she was 12 or 13 or like 14 or some shit.
Oh
And
dang.
I thought that was the sickest shit. Me and my brother. It was a video. It was like a video of her like doing a freestyle. It was like on VHS. And we would just play that. We'd play that in the room. She didn't know about it. She would have been embarrassed. But
So you go.
uh
So she didn't show it to you guys?
she didn't show it. My brother found it and he was like,
Oh
my older brother,
wow,
he's like, hey, check out this video of mom rapping. And I was
that's
like 8.
crazy.
I thought it was so sick. And then I remember once I was like in 5th grade, so I was like 10. I turned 10 in 5th grade. Uh, my mom, she wrote out all the lyrics to Rapper's Delight like on the whiteboard, and she had me learn them. So
Mm.
that's kind of where it started. And then my stepdad, he was a repo man, and a lot of the times when he repoed a car, like let's say he's repoing a car and it was like a divorced couple or like a separated couple, sometimes the wife would be like, "Oh, that's my husband's car. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you could take whatever you want out of it." So he just got hella CDs
Oh
that he
wow.
just kept in the garage. So I mean, I wasn't supposed to be listening to him. I got in trouble for this shit, but he had man Marshall Mathers LP. That was one of the first ones, and then All Eyes on Me, the greatest double album of all time.
That's crazy.
Those are like the
That's high
first two.
praise. That's high praise too. Greatest double album
Yeah,
is crazy. Um,
definitely.
what age would you say like you for sure like you wanted to like make music? Like what was the age you were like, okay, I want to record something. I want
Mhm.
to maybe lay down a beat, try to make some. What age would you
Yeah,
start
yeah,
being
yeah.
more creative with it?
I would say probably maybe like 11 or 12 is when I started writing my first raps. Like I had notebooks and my mom would tell you she'd find them and she would open them up and not be too happy about what she was reading, you know. But yeah, we yeah, I started doing that. I didn't record my very first rap. Like, do you know Soundtrap? It was like a
Sounds
almost like
familiar.
BandLab. It was almost like BandLab. Like it was like
Okay.
a browser. It was like a browser DAW pretty much where you can
Mm,
record. But it was
okay.
like you could just open it up. Like so I had like a school Chromebook that I would just record my raps on, and I had like a little USB mic. I mean, they came out horrible, like, but that was kind of where it all started there.
I think
You know?
everybody goes through that like trial and error. Everything sounds horrible at first in hip hop. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
definitely. When you're just applying like random effects on there because
Yeah,
you don't know,
yeah.
you don't know what it does, but
You
hey, it does
throw
something.
the echo, throw the reverb, see
The
if it sounds
echo,
good.
yeah. Hey, that's we all called it echo at first, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. Um, you produce for other people. Like what artists? Like how many artists have you produced for?
Not a ton, like nobody that you would know, but I had a BeatStars. That's not even the beginning. I should start at the beginning. The beginning when I started producing for other people was probably when I was 17 because we had a Bay Area guy out here named Trilla,
Okay.
and he was a Latino rapper. Latino rapper. He's dude. This dude was like 15 with whole body tatted, bro. Like I was low-key scared,
Yo,
dude.
dude, Cali dudes are different, bro. I could
Dude,
tell you some crazy stuff. There was some
yeah,
young dudes who you would think like they were just
yeah.
doing grown stuff, man. Like I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah. But no, his dad is actually a tattoo artist, so I'm assuming his dad did all the work for him. But
Yeah.
yeah, pretty dope. Anyways, he was a big X fan, so I think the very first beat I sold, it was like a he sent me like an X song called Vermilion or something, or it was an X song that sampled Vermilion by Slipknot.
Oh
And
wow.
then I kind of I mean, I had learned like ukulele and like a little bit of piano when I was young, so it's like I knew music theory enough to where I could like recreate this. I could recreate the sample, but make it different enough to where it wasn't the same, and make
Okay.
damn near the same beat for him. But I don't know. He was a bit too much of a fanboy. Like he literally clipped X's verse from that song and put it on his song.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
kind of a popular thing to do on
Mhm.
SoundCloud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it would be like an unreleased song, and then they would make it seem like they were collaborating with the artist. So
Yeah.
that happened. I've seen that happen quite a bit of times. When you were first getting into hip hop, like what were the artists you were listening to? Like what artists were you into?
Yeah, so I'd say the first ones were just whatever CDs my dad had. So it was Eminem, it was Tupac, it was Dre. It was pretty much that whole camp, like the whole Aftermath camp, 50 Cent. And then once I like was able to like old enough to like go seek it out on my own,
Yeah.
probably Kanye. No, my brother, he had the song by Daft Punk, The Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
Kanye, uh he had an iPod as a kid, like when I was 8 or 9, that sometimes he would let me put the earbuds on and listen to whatever songs he had bought on iTunes. And then
Right.
I'd start asking for the iTunes gift cards for my birthdays and shit.
Mm.
And then so I'd buy some songs too. But he had some songs off of Graduation, and that was like once I heard Graduation was really when I was like, nah, like I mess with hip hop. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Nah, that's crazy. So, you got like music theory going on.
Mhm,
Seems like you're really knowledgeable about what you're doing and stuff.
mhm.
What about nowadays? Like, what are you doing nowadays with the music?
With the music, it changed a lot in the past year because I used to really focus just on like trying to rap well,
Yeah,
and then I dropped museum, and it was kind of like a lot of the criticism for museum. Like there wasn't a ton of criticism like that, but like
yeah,
I'm my own biggest critic, so every negative thing that people say, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, how can I improve on that?
yeah.
I mean, I know some shit's just bullshit, but like when somebody comes with some genuine feedback, I'll definitely take it to heart. And they're like, yeah, you're rapping well on it, but like, you need some songs that you could perform, like if you're doing a live show. Like all this is like, for lack of better words, some sleepy J. Cole shit,
Like headphone music.
headphone music.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's it right there. So with this next album I'm doing, it's gonna be called Pollen, and then that one I'm making all the beats from the ground up, like using a lot of synths, got some rage music influence in there. But
Okay.
it's
No, that's
but
dope.
still trying to keep it lyrical, but like just a bit more interesting, more hooks,
Tell people about the project you released though.
Museum for Soul. That
Yeah.
was my baby, man. So back in 2019, I had this album that I was working on called 1111, and I had a few songs for it. One of them was Better Days. That was on there, but there was no second verse.
Oh.
I had a feature for the second verse at first, and then that kind of fell through. And then around 2022, I was like, man, I need to scrap this 1111 thing. Like, it's corny. Like, 1111, make a wish. Like, I was like, yeah. So around when I was 19, I started working on Museum, and then yeah, it kind of just came together like over time. And I was taking hella long doing it because I got into a relationship that kind of left me unmotivated, and
Yeah.
I was with her for like 2 years, maybe a little more, kind of off and on for like 3 years. But when my heart was broken, I was like, damn, like I really need to lock in. And even I don't know if you know Uriah Tail,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know Tail.
like Tail,
Yeah,
yeah,
shout
Tail.
out to
He was
Tail. Shout out to Tail.
shout
He
out
had,
Tail.
there's a song on Museum for Souls where Tail just snaps, bro.
Snapped,
Yeah, I forgot what
bumping through
song it
like
was.
Groudon.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
snapped.
that
He
was
snapped.
Exit 53, shameless plug. But
Yeah, yeah, he snapped on
yeah,
that one.
no, he did, man. He did his thing on that. You're gonna like his album, man. I'll talk about that probably in a minute, but
Okay, damn, you gonna plug
yeah,
someone else too? Okay, I see
yeah, man,
you.
that's my boy, man. That's my boy. I grew up with him, man. But yeah, so I would say like a lot of the subject matter on Museum kind of came together just as I was like going through the motions after me and my ex broke up,
Right.
and because I did kind of develop can I say perks?
Sure.
Yeah. I developed an addiction to perks for a bit, and
Oh, you're talking about perks. I thought you meant perks like, like a
no, yeah,
benefit.
no,
Okay, no, I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, go ahead. It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah, no, I got hooked on those, and that's what I was kind of talking about on Vices, and even just the alcohol problems I was having, and then I like that Jamar skit at the beginning because this was in 2023, so a whole 2 years before the album even came out. he sends me that. I was like, hey, I think it'd be cool if you sent me like a voice recording of you like asking me where the hell my album's at, because it's been so long. It's been so long I've been talking about it,
Yeah.
and then so he sends me that. It was a whole 2 years after that before it even came out. So I thought that was hilarious because he says it was like 4 years like in that recording. By
Yeah.
the time I dropped, it had been 6 years.
What artist, or even just, it doesn't have to be like a famous
Mhm.
person, but even if it is a famous person, but like what
Yeah,
artist would you like to work with?
work with
It could be like a local
man,
person, underground,
one
famous. It could be
person.
anybody. It could be
I
your.
used to want to work with La Russell, but not much these days. He's from Vallejo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's from Vallejo. He's kind of got like a Mac Dre kind of style going on, but almost like happy go lucky, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't really mess with him no more, but
That's more like a
yeah,
NorCal sound, right?
yeah, NorCal sound like Mac
Yeah.
Dre, like
Yep.
is that bass stuff. But man, I would love to work with Overcast. I don't know if you know Overcast.
No, I don't. I don't know who
He's,
that
he's
is.
out of he's actually out of Oakland, and he actually, if you get the time, you need to check out the new On the Radar freestyle. Basically, just if Double XL was good, and it's got a bunch of younger guys, like newer guys out there. Overcast was on there, so
Yo,
that,
on the radar is doing their thing nowadays. They
they
got
are,
a,
man. And
yeah,
Red Bull, bro, too.
yeah. On the radar, just putting
Yeah.
out nice content nowadays. Like they've been bringing
Mhm.
out people like that I completely forgot about. Like it'll be like some old school rapper from the '90s. I'm like, yo, bro, like I've completely forgot this dude existed. And
Yeah.
on the radar got him. Like, yo, shout out to on the radar for real.
Shout out them. Did you listen to the 2023 Drake album, the deluxe?
Uh,
If you haven't, I
I
think
don't think so.
most of the songs on the deluxe, most of the deluxe songs were produced by Overcast. Like he was a producer first.
Ah,
He
got
started
you,
rapping. So
got
yeah,
you.
Overcast would be mine. And then if I'm being unrealistic, I would love to do a song with Lupe, man.
Fiasco?
Yeah,
You're Lupe. You like Lupe?
he's my favorite rapper of all time.
Yeah, oh wow, that's an interesting take. I did that. I didn't
Yeah,
expect you to be
man.
a Lupe Fiasco fan. He's Lupe. He's kind of like a conspiracy theorist sometimes.
Some not yes, but not as much as I feel like by today's standards, not really.
Yeah, no, not by today's standard. But when he was
Like
coming out,
back
people
then,
were
like
yeah,
2010.
they were
Yeah,
treating him like an outcast because of how crazy he
yeah.
would be.
Hey, not as bad as B.O.B.
Bob is on some other stuff, man. I
Yeah.
like Bob though. Like the stuff he talks about, like super crazy. But
Mhm.
that's
And I think
crazy.
what's kind of interesting about that is they were both on Atlantic Records,
Yeah,
which kind of has like a notoriety for being shady business practices.
right.
I just find that interesting.
It's
But
kind of interesting how we had people like that in the mainstream. Like they could make hit
mhm.
songs, and at in the same album they'll have like a conspiracy song or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
Um,
Lupe could have been a lot bigger if he was better at the middle ground. And that's why I love Kendrick. Kendrick does the middle ground
yeah,
very well. Like where it's not so lyric. If Kendrick was any more lyrical, it would just be going over heads. He's like, you know, what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But with that being said, like, do you feel like nowadays, like hip hop is being more like
Mhm.
less mainstream, or are they try? It feels like they're almost trying to be too different in a way. You know what I mean? Like, there's too many
Yeah,
subgenres. Like, what do you feel like the direction of hip hop is going? Like, do you feel like it's going in a good direction, bad direction? Like, what do you think of
mhm.
hip hop nowadays?
Yeah. It's kind of a tough question, man, because I mean, I think this is a pretty hot topic right now, just because of the whole. I mean, this is old news by now, but the whole Billboard thing, like with no rap songs in the top 40 or whatever,
Right.
for like the first time ever, or since like whatever year. So there's that, but no, I feel like you kind of had that 2018 to like 2021 era where it was like, and even before that, ATL trap was really hot, but it was like ATL trap was really hot from like 2018 to like 2021, like.
Yeah.
Little baby was like taking over the
Yeah,
world.
Lil Baby. Everybody thought he was gonna be like a
Yeah,
superstar. Yeah.
yeah, and then I think they just kept dropping albums upon albums that sounded the same, and people kind of got bored and started going to other genres. Because I mean, in 2023, country was hot
I
for a
think that's
minute.
a respectable take. I think that's a respectable take. That is true. That is true. Especially like 21 Savage. He was another one that was
Yeah,
doing that.
yeah, his last album was like very like booty. You know,
Yeah,
just
they're too. Yeah, they need a. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna give my take. I want your take. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah. No,
What
that's
what coast do you think is like doing the most work? Like, do you think like the South is putting in the most work, the East, the West? Like,
I want to say like as far as just hustle, I'm definitely going the West just for
mm,
hustle alone. Like, cause man, people in the West like be dropping like 40 albums in like 5 years,
that
man.
is true. That is
So
true.
when it comes to the work, I'm going the West, not necessarily just the Bay, because I'm not gonna that's just biased as hell.
Yeah.
But like just in general, like the
Nah, I
West.
mean the Bay. I think the Bay is in its
Mhm.
own world, bro. Like, shout out to LA. I love LA, but like, there's
Yeah,
something about the Bay where like even the old heads are still putting in work. Like, bro, like for some reason E40 still makes headlines, even though if it's not him dropping music, he still
mhm.
makes headlines. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. There's like a OG rapper from Fairfield. His name's Baby Mac. He's not like hella popular or anything, but he'll like come over at my job. I work at like a car shop, and he'll come through to get his car worked on, and I'll just talk. Dude, I'll get in trouble because I'll be talking hip hop with him for like 30 minutes, and my boss is like, "Yo, like, get back to work." He's cool.
All I'm gonna say is there's a reason why Cali and Texas are the only two states where rappers can blow up in their state and they don't have to tour anywhere else.
Anywhere else, man.
They
Big
can
facts,
just
man.
tour in their state and they'll be just fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Now
Shout
with
out Slim
that,
Thug.
yeah, shout out to Texas. They got their own thing going on too. But what coast do you think supports the most?
Supports the most. Like, what do you mean
Yeah,
by that?
like who do you think shows love the most? You think like the West Coast shows their artists love the most, the East shows love the most, or the South?
I'm probably gonna have to go to South because,
Okay.
for example, you go listen to an album like "People's Champ" from Paul Wall.
Right.
Literally, like every other lyric on that album is like, "What you know about sipping drink? What you know about DJ Screw?" It's always like that. Like he's shouting out everybody from, and even Big Crit. Big Crit's one of my favorite rappers of all time.
Right.
Another great double album from Big Crit. Forever's a Mighty Long Time. Peep that if you haven't. But yeah, yeah, and he's newer. He's more 2010s, and he shows love. He just dropped the album December 2025 with like a Cadillac on the cover, and he had a track on there with like it had Paul Wall, it had Slim Thug, it had Lil Kiki, it had some other guys on there, and then he just dropped the whole chopped and screwed version of that album. So it's like
Yeah,
I would definitely have
it's
to go.
kind of like
Yeah,
uh, unlimited content glitch they got in Texas, man. They'll drop an album and they'll drop a chopped and screwed album
yeah,
right after, and it'll still sell. Like, it's kind of crazy how that
yeah.
works.
And speaking of the South, a lot of what Tail is doing nowadays is very Southern inspired, and that's really cool. That's really cool to me. Like
Yeah.
he'd be chopping the samples the way they do. He'd be slowing it down. He'd be doing like, man, his flow has gotten so much better, man. Like
Nah, that's
so,
dope. I mean,
once that drops, man, you definitely got to react to that one. So,
that's that's what the hip hop culture's about, bro. I mean, it
mhm.
wouldn't be a culture if we can't borrow from each other. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, for
The
sure.
South wanted to sound like the West Coast for the longest time until they
Yeah.
developed their own thing. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, that's low key how I feel about Detroit. I think Detroit, out of anywhere else, sounds the most like the Bay than in anything else.
I agree. Um, let's see. What do you? We're gonna go like drift topics real quick.
Mhm.
But I think it was 2 years ago now. Kendrick called out J. Cole and Drake. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like, we're basically in the aftermath spot of it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? J. Cole just dropped the project. Drake is still Drake. Drake, people thought his career was gonna be over. Drake is still
It was
Drake.
not gonna be over. It's not gonna
Yeah.
be over.
Do you think J. Cole should still be considered the big three, even though he decided to like back away from the beef and all
Mm.
that? I'm mainly bringing this up because J. Cole was one of the biggest people like advocating that
Mhm.
he was the big three, and he was dissing a lot of like the little rappers. You know what I mean? Like the little Pumps, like the little
Yeah,
Uzi, like,
yeah.
all of them. You know what I mean? Like, and then when it came time for real competition, he backed away. Do you think he should still be considered top three or big three? I shouldn't say top three.
So there's almost two aspects that I would look at Cole, and the first aspect is gonna be as a competitor. Does it change the way I look at him as a competitor? Absolutely, because and I get it. Like smoking, when he talks about smoking a rapper, it doesn't necessarily mean in a battle. It could just mean by getting on a song with them and having the better verse, like he did on Johnny P's Caddy, for example, with Benny the Butcher, or like just killing all the features that he was doing.
Right.
So I get that, but as just on an artistic aspect, I would still consider him big three, man. His album just sold 300K first week.
I see what you're saying.
Like he's still big three. Like the big three doesn't necessarily mean like the best three. It just means the big three. Those really, J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake are really like the biggest three artists in hip hop. That no matter what no matter what, they'll drop an album, it'll do crazy numbers every time.
Yep.
Like 21 Savage album, what that barely sold nothing. Like, it sold decent, but like, you know what I mean? Like, they're really the three that have had the longevity and stayed relevant. So yeah, he's still big three. I mean, I think the big three thing is kind of dumb because it's a little pointless. It's just like, yeah, there's gonna be a big three no matter who it is.
Yeah.
It just happens to be them. But I definitely think Cole's a better rapper than Drake. And it's almost like I feel like the beef almost made Drake look worse than Cole, because Drake, he did stand on business, so that's cool. But he sued, and it's like, really, you sued because you lost a rap battle, like you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there's
J. Cole didn't sue nobody.
Yeah, man, battle rap is in a weird space right now, man. I feel like
yeah, and Drake supports battle rap more than any other rapper. So it was just really a head scratcher when he did that. I'm not gonna deny Drake's influence, his impact. Drake, no matter what people say, Drake is important to the culture. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Like he puts people on, he shouts out people. What did he do? Didn't he like fund like this whole like battle league or something?
Yeah, Drake did a lot, man. Drake does a lot in that aspect, but it's just crazy. But Kendrick, what did you think about GNX?
GNX, I think it's gonna go down as a classic album. But I will say it's probably my least favorite Kendrick album thus far.
Why do you say it's gonna go down to it's gonna be a classic album?
Because of the moment that it created. Like, that's an album that people are gonna look back at and remember, and it's still super critically acclaimed everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, so I just feel like with Kendrick, he really set a standard of giving you music that you can really chew on, like topically and conceptually and lyrically. GNX didn't really have that for me. It still had bangers, and honestly, like, GNX would be most rappers' best album, hands down.
Yeah. I think it'll be like a West Coast classic for sure, just because of all the West Coast people he had on there. Like, even though like the most of the world didn't know who some of those people were. Like, if you're from Cali, you at least recognize some of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, like Peso, man. I was happy when
Peso, or like what's his name? Lefty Gunplay. Yeah, Lefty Gunplay on there. Like
Lefty, he got Lefty his first Grammy, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's that's crazy.
And he did that. Lefty did that little speech. He's like, "I fuck with Kendrick Lamar, man. We put on the Latino community." It was just funny. It was just so funny.
Else, man.
Just such an odd situation for sure.
Lefty's an interesting character, man. I'm not gonna get into that. I got a lot to say about Lefty.
Man,
I'm not.
He reminds me of my homie Beto, man.
Yeah, look, if you guys wonder how like Sureños and stuff get down and how they speak, look at Lefty Gunplay. That's how a lot of Sureños speak, man. That is not an exaggeration. That's real life.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't know because I ain't,
That's real life, man. Like all that.
Around there.
That's how those Latinos like this. I don't want to say all Latinos in SoCal speak like that, but if they're like gangbanging and they're like some Sureño type guy, yeah, they're probably gonna speak a little bit close to what Lefty sounds like. You know what I mean? But hey, man, cool. Let's talk about battle rap for a minute. You used to battle, man. Like, what's going on? Like, when was the first time you ever got into a rap battle?
Oh, snap. Okay, this is actually a little bit of I don't think I've told this story, man. like outside of maybe just a couple people in my personal life. But back in like 2015, there's a small city in the Bay Area called Rio Vista. It's not really in the Bay, like
I think I've
cultural.
heard of it. I think I've heard of
Yeah,
it.
like culture wise, it ain't really in the Bay like that, but it's like it's in the same area. Like this shit's like 25 minutes away from me. So I had a homeboy from school, and then he invited me over for the weekend one time when I was in 8th grade, and I was like, bet. So I pull up, and he actually played football.
Mm.
And the way that the football there works, they only have one high school, so it's like all
Also, like
of
a
the
smaller town.
yeah, it's very small. Like bro, like I was talking to my homeboy the other day, and he was talking about the store Family Dollar. You know Family Dollar?
Yeah, yeah, Family Dollar. Yeah.
I told him, I was like, man, the only Family Dollar I ever seen was in Rio Vista. And then he was like, oh, you mean the one right next to the Taco Bell? And I was like, bro, that city's so small, everything's next to the fucking
Yeah,
Taco Bell.
yeah. So,
Like,
yeah. Once you told me it was one high school, I'm like, yeah, it has to be a small city
yeah.
because like that's usually how they roll. It'd be like one grocery
Well, that'd be kind
store.
of fucking up. There we go.
It'll be like one grocery store, 3 gas stations, and the high
Yeah.
school.
No, literally, bro. Like, there's one McDonald's in that town. That tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so the way it works with the football teams is like you got like the high school team. In the high school team, they have the JV and they have the varsity team.
Right.
But every other, like, if you play football, you're basically playing for that school's team, but like the junior division, like basically the equivalent of like little league or something. But like
That's crazy.
you're still the same team as that school, no matter what. And he had siblings that all played football. So I remember I went over there for the game, and it was like all their games were the same day, except the high school game was at night.
Mm.
During the high school game, because my homeboy, he was in 8th grade, he wasn't playing on the high school team. We decided to go to the high school game, and this is when I was like rapping already. Like I was already 13 by this point, damn near. And somebody there, I was like, what was it, man? It was like on the other side of the end zone, like all the way by the fence. There was a guy with a little JBL speaker playing some beats, and there's some people freestyling. And I was like, shit, like I do this. So I started going in. You know, I felt like I was killing it at the time. And then I got really humbled, bro, because we did a little rap battle tournament, and I got all the way to the finals. There's only like 3 brackets, really, because we didn't have enough people. But I got to the final. I got to like the final battle. And I got absolutely.
Oh, I think it's cutting out.
I was cutting out.
Yeah. You said you got humbled. You got to the end, and what?
I got to the end, and bro cooked me bad.
Wow.
Bro. And his name was Fred too, bro. I got cooked by a guy named Fred.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been like Fred the Godson, bro. You never know, man.
Yeah, he was a bit older than me. I think he was like 4 years older than me or something. But hey, man, shout out Fred wherever he's at. I hope he's making music.
So you were in high school at this time when this happened?
I was in 8th grade. So
How many battles do you think you've ever had?
that was my first battle. And then when I was in 9th grade, when I played baseball, there was a guy on my team who also battle rapped, and we would just do battles. I cooked him every time though. There was one time he got tired of me cooking him, and then we had like a team party or something over at, because we had like a teammate that was like hella rich and he had a mansion. So we had like a little party over at his place, and bro came up to, he literally had a piece of paper with like all this shit written down to like say to me, like,
Oh, he came at you prepared?
with a piece of paper, like he was reading it.
Oh, wow.
Like not even off his phone, like off a piece of paper.
Just wow. Okay.
And my other teammate, he went to school with him. He was like, yeah, I seen him writing that in class. She was hella funny.
That's funny.
But yeah, other than that, I never did another battle until my very first battle against Manny Mackins.
Also, it went to like online after that?
Yeah, battling was never my thing. I mean, it's really fun.
Yeah.
But in that battle, I was hella underprepared. I don't know. Were you there for that one?
I don't think I was there. I don't think I was there for that one.
Okay, you know how Manny does like 7-minute rounds and shit?
Yeah. He's very prepared, yeah.
I had a minute each. Literally, I did my first round. he did like a quarter of his first round, and I was already like, oh no. Like, I was like, should I just like leave the call?
Yo, that's funny. That's so funny.
No,
Oh
but
man.
my favorite battle ever is I think my second battle with you. That was fun.
Yeah, I feel like everybody who battles me, like they come with their A game, bro. Like
Yeah,
they gotta
man, you're
come
the
fully
goat. You're
prepared.
the
So
goat. No, I mean you're the goat as far as that group is concerned for sure.
nah, I appreciate it. Nah, that's crazy. So what advice would you give to people who are like trying to get into music or trying to get into beats? Because I see it's kind of a trend
Uh-huh.
lately where like people hop into rap and they give up
Mhm.
so fast, bro. Like I've seen people with potential and they just give up because they just don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what advice would you give those people or anybody who's trying to get into it?
I would say I kind of got a few. Oh, that was cutting out, I think. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, for sure. The first one, I think this is the most important one. Is it's okay to work and rap.
Mm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I feel like for example, I mean, this doesn't really apply to me anymore because I got fired. But I specifically got a job where the pay was set up a certain way, and my hours were set up from like 7 to 3 to where I would have more time to rap.
Mm.
You know, like there's ways around it. Like maybe get a warehouse job where you're working 12-hour shifts, but maybe you're only working 4 days a week. You know, and then you got 3 days. You got your Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know, to work on music. So yeah, definitely be okay with working and rapping, and try to just finesse to where you can, get a job that'll just allow that easier. Second thing is, damn, maybe that's all. But there's definitely more. I would say definitely try to learn. You don't need to learn to really produce your own music like fully, but like try to learn production to an extent because it's just like a skill that you could have. Like for example, like let's say you get a beat from somebody and they send you typically unless you're buying like the lowest tier of the beat, like just the MP3 file or something. Typically it'll come with all the stems, and you didn't really produce the beat, but if you just know a little bit about music production, you can arrange it and like just change certain things about it to like really fit your song a little better. You know what I mean? Rather than it just being like how it came out of the box. So, and then another thing is if you're gonna work with producers, really try to work with the same few, because if you don't, it just ends up you really don't end up having your own sound like that. It's like you kind of have to have producers to help build your sound with you.
Mm.
Another thing, and I feel like I should take my own advice here because I don't, but yeah, promote your stuff, man, because people aren't connected to when your song dropped. They're connected to when they heard it. Like you could, like, let's say you got a music video, chop up the music video into like little 20-second little bits, and maybe for like, let's say you got like the song dropping in 2 weeks, every day just post a different section of it, or do a reel of you like performing it, like just like in your living room or on your rooftop or like something with the song playing in the back and you're just like lip singing it. Like I mean, I really should be doing this. I didn't do it with Museum maybe because I don't know. I feel like when Museum came out, I was just done with that album. I was like, I worked so long on it. I was just like, I wanted nothing to do with it. I still
So,
don't, man.
so with the next album, do you think you'll have a like completely different approach with it, or?
For sure. Like, I'm not even gonna announce the album or nothing until I got the music videos for the singles done.
Okay, hell yeah,
Well,
that's cool.
and the whole album done for that matter. I'm gonna do a whole rollout with the singles. Uh, Definitely dropping more tracks. Museum was only 8 tracks. I'm planning to do 15 or 16 on the next one.
Mm.
Not that like it needs to be longer, but like 8 was just hella short. Like,
Is that everything you would like to say to like the people who are trying to get into music?
yeah, pretty much. I think the big one is just be okay with working and rapping because that's probably what you're gonna have to do.
Yeah, more than likely. So you're basically saying don't overcommit, just so you don't like fail.
Well, I mean, if I mean, Definitely try to
By
set it up.
overcommit,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean
yeah, yeah.
like going broke because you wanted to rap, or like.
Yeah, don't do that. Like, don't be homeless because you want to rap. Like, definitely not. But like, yeah, like just try to like work your employment situation to where it's like you got time to work on your craft and you got some money to invest in your craft to where you can just like, and then it's like, hey, if you start making a little bit of money, maybe then you could quit your job. And if you're already making a little bit of money and then you quit your job, you got more time, so you should be making more money by that point.
Yeah, that just makes sense.
And if you produce music, like if you're a rapper who could also produce music, try to monetize that skill as well, because that can feel like the raps too.
Mm. What about you? Like, what is like your favorite part of like creating music?
Man, my favorite part, it used to be writing the raps for sure, because it's like when I was younger, writing lyrics was really hard for me, and I feel like because I didn't have nothing to talk about, it was kind of just because I wanted to be a rapper.
Mm.
But I don't know. Right now, it's like I realize it's like when you get to a point where you just have stuff to get off your chest, like the material's right there. And then especially if you listen to a lot of rap and you have a lot of experience writing raps, it's kind of like once you have rapper brain, you almost can't get rid of it. You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I don't know if you ever be at work or something, you just be thinking of just some bars in your head.
Yeah, a bar will come. I don't. I pull out, me personally. I pull out my phone. I write it down, bro. I don't let it go to
Yeah,
waste.
I do that too, man. The other day, I said my shit hard. My shit so hard I need stool softener.
Bars, bro.
I
Bars.
said, I said that shit. My roommate, Juice, he was like,
Yeah.
he was all like, he just looked at me. He was like, nah, like, nah, we don't need no poop bars.
Poop bars. That's funny. What artists do you be looking up to nowadays?
Nowadays, if I had to make, all right, Lupe number one, damn, number two, Kendrick, number
Okay.
three, it's gonna be Andre 3000.
Okay.
Number four is gonna be Black Thought.
Okay.
Shit, man. Number five, damn, man, damn near give me like Saba. I don't know if you know Saba. He's from Chicago.
Yeah. I think Saba baby. Is that his name?
No, 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 no. You think of Sade,
Sada.
baby?
Okay, Sada. Yeah, Saba. It sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
Saba. He kind of grew up in like Chance's camp, kind of, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, he's on some songs on the Dreamville album. I do love J Cole. I love damn Nas. Nas is actually one of my favorites. Yeah, that's kind of it. But as far as looking up to, I really do look up to. I really look up to Lupe just because I feel like he kind of doesn't really hold back. And I just like that aspect about him. Like he says what he wants to say. He doesn't care if he sounds nuts. Like he just says it. I fuck with that.
Mm. Okay.
You know.
Ain't no wrong with that.
Freddie
So,
Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs too. Freddie Gibbs flow is nasty, man.
yo, funny thing, Freddie Gibbs. I like Freddie Gibbs because of GTA 5. He has a song on GTA 5 that's hard, bro.
The microphone check 1 2 mic check. Is
Are
it
you?
that
Oh
one?
no, I think I'm talking about the one that's like, yeah, I'm still living like a dope dealer. Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. That one's dope too.
yeah,
Hey,
that's the
GTA
one.
5, bro. GTA 5 probably the best soundtrack in any video game.
Oh, it goes crazy. It goes
It's
crazy.
crazy,
They
man.
have music for everybody on there, man.
Yeah, man. I like you hop in a truck and it's playing country music.
Yeah, yeah. Like they got music for everybody.
You hop in a lowrider and it's playing Dr. Dre.
Yeah, it'd be like the West Coast Classic station. Like, yeah,
Same
yeah.
shit, yeah.
Nah, that's
That's my shit,
funny.
man.
That's funny. So you got the new album in the
Hmm.
works. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Is there anything else that you have in coming up? Like any other work you giving out to people? Features,
Uh,
anything?
yeah. On Taylor's new album, you'll catch me on 4 tracks on there.
Okay.
Catch me on 4 tracks on there. Um, Other than that, I'm working on an EP. That's a collab EP with the producer called Foremost,
Mm.
and the project's called For Swath, like our names together.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, so I don't know when that's gonna come out. I know he already sent me all the beats, and I picked the ones I like already. So I'll be spazzing on those. But I don't know. I'm really just focused on this pollen shit for right now, to where I'm like, that's kind of more of like a side thing as of late.
Mm. Is there anybody that you be working with, like like that I may be aware of?
You may be aware of.
Yeah.
You'll catch Manny Mackins on pollen for sure.
You working with Manny?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. That's cool. That's actually really
I
interesting.
don't know for sure if he's gonna be on it yet, but we'll see. I just I'm not a big fan of his music like that. I mean, but like there's just like an aspect to like his approach and his like thought process with his verses that I had this beat and I laid down like a verse or two and I was just like, damn, you know who would sound good on this? Manny.
No, that's dope, bro. That's
Yeah.
that's really dope. Anybody else in mind? Anything?
Man, I don't even know, man. Shit, man. Who else even? I'm trying to think who you would be aware of because it's like I'm working with a singer out of Santa Rosa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
What's their name?
her Instagram is like I am Lily Duh or like something like that.
Oh,
But
that's
yeah,
dope.
I don't
Cause
know.
singing is kind of underrated,
Yeah,
especially with like the people I'm around. I feel like we just focus on the bars, rap.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we kind of forget like the song creating process. Like singing, that's dope that you're
That's
working with a
that's
singer.
kind of a point I was trying to make earlier with like the museum like thing. Like it was just so like just headphone music. Like it was just rap all the time. I mean, I had some hooks on there, but they weren't necessarily like catchy outside of maybe like two of them. Like the rest were just kind of melancholic. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, I do plan on getting Jamar singing on a song or two.
That's dope.
Probably like a love song.
Yeah, song for the ladies. Okay, I see you.
For the ladies, man. Yeah, it'd be dope to do a music video with Jamar though. Like fly out to the UK, hang out with him.
Yeah, the music videos are dope too, man. Gotta love that. Um, what else? Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Uh, let's see, man. Uh man, I think that might be it. How long we been going?
Like a good 40 minutes, to be honest.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I think that's all that I really wanted to touch on, and you kind of hit me with a couple curveball questions, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, bro. But yeah, man, it's been Swath, man.
So
Before
Swath
we
Stream
before
Museum for Souls.
Yo, absolutely check out Museum for Souls. But before we wrap this up, do you have a message for the people?
Yeah, man. Just do you, be yourself, find God, and don't waste your time. Like that's it, man. Do what you love.
Hey, y'all heard it here first, man. It's been your boy Swath. You know what I mean? It's been me, Shady. Catch y'all later. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.